everyone, and how is it going? Welcome to another episode of Drives of the Axe FX3. Today we are checking out a new addition to the Axe FX3, and it's going to be the Voodoo Lab Overdrive. Guys, this is your first time here, or if you've been here before, do yourself a big favor. Make sure you are subscribed. I do tons of cool stuff here. We do drives, amps, effects of the Axe FX. We do gear, we do all kinds of cool stuff, so make sure you are subscribed. So let's jump right in. And let's check out the Voodoo Drive, or as it's called in the Axe FX, the Voodoo Drive. So let's read up a little bit on it, get some history about it. Before we do that, before I forget, IR, same as always, or most of the time, GGD Zilla oversized 412 with a British V30 with the SM57 on it. Amp we're using tried and true block letter 5150. And of course the Voodoo Drive. And let's read about it. So this is going to come from EX Drive guy. He recently just redid it as of August of 2020. He added some new stuff. So make sure you check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description down below. Voodoo Lab makes a lot of cool stuff. They have a lot of power packs for pedals. They still actually make pedals. They don't really make many like actual like guitar pedals per se, but they make a lot of power packs. They make a big mini board that you can actually use with the Axe FX to change effects and stuff like that. This particular pedal right here has been out of production for a while. They do have a Sparkle Drive, which is a little different than this, but this is the one that it's based off of, the actual Voodoo Lab Overdrive. So this pedal is pretty interesting because the original pedal only has 2 controls, but in the actual Axe FX we sort of have 3. So we have gain, tone, and we have level. This actually doesn't really have a tone on it, but the tone knob kind of works kind of as a gain knob too. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a little bit. And the volume has a major impact on it, on the actual sound. This actual pedal itself was based off of the DoD OD preamp 250, which we also have in the Axe FX. And this pedal in turn inspired the Full Tone OCD. So if you really want to hear a good comparison between them, go check out German Dude's video. He has a lot of good videos for like stripped down, like raw type of pedal comparisons. I love his stuff, and it's really cool. And then we have a JHS video right here that kind of tells you about the different Voodoo Lab pedals. And I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a very simple pedal. It doesn't really sound all that great in front of a clean amp. It works better if you're trying to tame a high gain amp. I say tame it or kind of sculpt it a little bit. This drive kind of reminds me of a drive we went over a couple videos ago, and that was the Faz drive itself. What I mean by that is this drive itself, it doesn't cut a whole lot of low end out of the signal. It keeps a lot of good full end, but if you use the tone and the volume, you can kind of shape it to get that particular sound that you want. So default when you load this up, things are at 5, so I put the volume a little bit lower. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I'll go between what I am now and then I'll push the volume and I'll show you how it reacts. As you can see, it retains the character pretty much of the amp, and it helps you sculpt it a little bit. And the tone knob is kind of tight, so meaning tight as in cool. It doesn't really affect things a whole heck of a lot like it does, but it doesn't go overboard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So as you hear with the volume knob, you can get really like seething and really huge there. But I do really like this drive. I like it because if you're trying to like just tighten up an amp a little bit, like the 5150, if you throw a drive on there, it's like awesome because it tightens it up a little bit. I find it does a really good job of that. It's very, very different from the crowd favorite T808. It is a lot. It's very different than that. I'm gonna compare the two for you. So I want to get things completely the same. So let's. I'm gonna leave that one at 6. Let's put right at 6. Let's get them both on an equal playing field, and I'll bounce back and forth, and I'll show you the difference between them. So as you can see, throw the precision drive in there too, and the 808, just to give you a little bit of different references. I know the precision drive isn't, it's different, and I know it isn't 100% kind of locked in like the Voodoo or the 808 is, but I kind of wanted to give you that comparison since they're all kind of like in the same family. I really like this drive. It isn't great to use it on a lot of amps per se. I think it's really good for amps that have a kind of like a already good low end in it, and you're just trying to keep that low end per se, and you kind of just want to add a little sprinkle, a little sizzle on top. I mean, 808 is classic for a reason because it's good at so many things, and you can hear the 808 kind of has a little bit more sizzle, and I think that's because of like the mid bump that's in there. This doesn't really have a massive mid bump in there compared to your classic 808, for example. But this drive is good. Like I said, I compare it to the fast drive. It's kind of in that same realm. It's very unique. Like I said, it's very cool. I probably wouldn't use it on something that's like superly overly basic, for maybe like a Friedman, for example. I don't know if I would use it on that, but some for like 5150, I find it did pretty great. And that's it, guys. That's gonna wrap it up for the Voodoo drive in the XFX3. Guys, if you thought this video was cool, leave me a thumbs up. That would be really appreciative of me. And guys, like I said before, if you're not subscribed, you really should consider it because we do lots of cool stuff here. Alright guys, I'm going to have to catch you in the next one. Peace.